On the rugged fringes of a desolate wilderness, a creature of majesty and fury resides, but now it is marred by horror. Imagine a wolf, once the embodiment of wild grace, now contorted in suffering. A colony of grotesque honeycomb wounds, oozing and throbbing with infection, stretches across its once pristine fur. The skin is pocked and cratered, revealing a raw red landscape where life meets decay. It is a disturbing image that forces us to confront nature's harsh realities, a juxtaposition of beauty and brutality. As you gaze upon this tragic figure, you can almost hear the echoes of its former prowess, now suffocated under the weight of affliction. This wolf's malady, while profoundly unsettling, offers a chilling window into the intricate dance of life and death that dominates the animal kingdom. The infections that plague it have invited the unwelcome company of barnacles. Yes, barnacles, those crusty little hitchhikers we often associate with barnacle-encrusted ships and rocks. In the heart of the Australian wilderness, where the sun beats down mercilessly and nature thrives in its most raw form, we encounter a haunting vision, a kangaroo, an emblem of the land, seemingly at peace but marred by a sinister wound. This is not just any injury. It is a testament to the harsh and often grotesque realities of survival. As we draw closer, the details emerge, revealing a horrific beehive embedded deep within the flesh of this unsuspecting marsupial. The sight is enough to make even the stoutest heart flutter in revulsion. This kangaroo, a symbol of vitality and grace, now carries the unwelcome burden of a buzzing nightmare. The hive, swollen and grotesque, pulsates with a life of its own. Bees, thousands of them, swarm incessantly around their home, their bodies glinting like tiny raindrops caught in sunlight. This infestation is not merely a tragedy for our kangaroo. It is a dark reminder of nature's brutal indifference. Each bee, a tiny creature compelled by instinct, drills into the flesh, creating a grotesque symbiosis between life and decay, survival and suffering. As the hive expands, it finds a perpetual source of sustenance in the living tissue, effectively turning our kangaroo into a host in a most disturbing ecological drama. What drives a colony of bees to invade the body of a living creature, you might wonder? The answer lies in the unrelenting pursuit of survival. Bees, primarily seeking warmth and a safe place to raise their young, can sometimes make dreadful mistakes in their search. In this case, one might imagine a hive that had lost its original home to fire or flood, desperate for a new refuge, even if it meant infesting the tender body of the unfortunate kangaroo. The bees, in their frantic quest for survival, have inadvertently rendered their host a living graveyard, teeming with life yet stricken by a slow, agonizing demise. As the days go by, the situation worsens. The bees thrive, feasting on the fluids that seep from the raw flesh, while the kangaroo languishes in pain. It is a macabre dance of life, where one species flourishes at the expense of another. The wound festers, a morbid bloom of infection and decay that draws in opportunistic scavengers, each adding their threads to this grim tapestry of life and death. The kangaroo's cries echo through the bush, a heart-wrenching chorus that goes unheard by the world around it, a reminder of the silence in which nature perpetuates. In the heart of a dark, twisted jungle, where shadows dance with the whispers of the night, a creature of breathtaking beauty suffers in silence. This is not just any creature. It is a white tiger, a living tapestry of striking stripes and porcelain fur. But beneath its regal exterior lies a horrific affliction, a barnacle wound that cleaves through its flesh. As we peer closer, the stunning enigmas of nature reveal themselves, enveloping us in a world both captivating and grotesque. Barnacles that cling to the tiger's body are not merely marine hitchhikers. They are ravenous invaders, feasting relentlessly upon the flesh of this magnificent beast. They drill into the tiger's skin, leaving behind a gaping wound that festers with each passing day. These barnacles, creatures usually at home in the briny depths of the ocean, have found an unusual host in this terrestrial predator, showcasing the bizarre intersections of the animal kingdom, where survival often comes at a gruesome cost. The barnacle infestation illustrates an unsettling reality of nature's unforgiving cycle. These small, armored organisms, ostensibly harmless, become grotesque parasites when they invade the tiger's body. Their hard shells serve as miniature prisons, warping the once pristine surface of the animal into a desolate landscape of suffering. Each barnacle, a twisted testament of life and tenacity, siphons nutrients while simultaneously inviting infection, sealing the fate of this elegant creature in a dark symphony of pain and persistence. It's a cruel twist of fate, to be a predator made prey by mere crustacean invaders, reminding us that even the mightiest can fall victim to the tiniest. As we delve deeper, the moral implications of such infestations emerge like the tide at full moon, washing over our understanding of the natural world. Humans, often the architects of such miseries, have created environments where imbalance reigns supreme. Pollution and climate change lead to unexpected consequences, allowing barnacles and other invasive species to thrive in uncharted territories, including the fragile ecosystems within the bodies of the very animals we admire. We are left to ponder, in our quest for dominion over the earth. In a remote countryside, the sun casts a golden hue over the fields, illuminating a striking white horse that stands slowly beneath the looming clouds. But upon closer inspection, the beauty is overshadowed by a macabre spectacle. A barnacle-infested wound, grotesque in its glory, dominates the mare's flank. This isn't some quaint scene from a pastoral painting, rather an alarming portrait of nature's brutal reality, where life and a sinister infestation collide. The barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine organisms, have latched onto the hapless creature, creating a festering wound reminiscent of a horror film's most grotesque imagery. The sheer disgust of this interaction captivates, unraveling a tale of survival and suffering, stretching the very fabric of nature's unpredictability. Barnacles, notorious for their clinginess, are not discriminating in their choice of abode. Indeed, they are relentless hitchhikers that are known to fasten themselves to any available surface. From the hull of a ship to the fur of a white mare, their larvae, tiny yet tenacious, swim through the water until they find a suitable host, where they deploy their calcareous plates, forming an aggressive encasement. What was once a majestic horse, galloping freely under the azure sky, now bears the grotesque weight of these insatiable crustaceans. With every beat of her heart, the festering wound pulsates, a hybrid of life and decay. It is a constant reminder of the fragility of existence and the invasive nature of life. The infestation can lead to severe complications, causing irritation, infection, and even crippling pain. Each barnacle becomes a thief. In the icy, uncharted depths of the ocean, a white whale glides through the frigid waters, a majestic creature that commands both awe and intrigue. Yet, beneath its stunning exterior lies a horrific secret, a grotesque remnant of nature's darker side. A gaping wound, inflicted by a relentless infestation of clams, mars its once pristine skin. This unsettling sight speaks volumes not just of the whale's plight, but also of the unseen battles waged beneath the surface. The clam infestation, a nightmarish byproduct of environmental imbalance, revels in its grotesqueness, leeching vitality from this great beast. As our cameras uncover this horror, the stark reality of nature's vicious cycle unfolds. Clams, small yet insidious, latch onto the unsuspecting whale. With every passing day, they multiply, exploiting the whale's body as both home and feeding ground, transforming the creature into a grotesque canvas of shells and carnage. These bivalves are unyielding scavengers, thriving in the pulse of life while sucking at its marrow. It's a symbiotic relationship turned sinister, a reminder of the fragility of existence where one creature's suffering fuels another's survival. Each clam that burrows into the whale's flesh silently punctuates the grim commentary on human impact on these marine ecosystems. Pollution, warming waters, and overfishing have shifted the balance, allowing such infestations to proliferate with terrifying ease. As the white whale navigates its aquatic realm, it becomes in the heart of the African savanna, a haunting spectacle unfolds. A majestic white lion, revered and feared, now bears the marks of nature's darker side. This is not the story of a regal predator stalking its prey, but rather a tale of survival and suffering that paves the way for something grotesque yet fascinating. The sun beats down mercilessly, casting an unforgiving light on the once mighty creature, whose luminous coat now contrasts starkly with the gruesome reality it endures. A horrific insect wound festers upon its flank, revealing the savage tenacity of nature's most uninvited guests, the insects that have laid siege to this embodiment of strength and beauty. As the camera zooms in, the scene becomes increasingly unsettling. The open wound is not merely a scratch. It's a gateway to a world of parasitic horror. Here, insects of all shapes and sizes have claimed dominion. Flies, those ubiquitous harbingers of decay, swarm around the injury, their bodies glistening with the sheen of filth. These are not just annoying pests, they are vectors of disease and decay, drawn to the scent of blood and the promise of tissue. They lay their eggs in the soft flesh, and within hours, thousands of larvae, maggots, are set to hatch, each one a minuscule but relentless agent of destruction. Delving deeper into the anatomy of this unfortunate predicament reveals an even more unsettling truth. The infestation is a showcase of survival, but not for the lion. As the larvae burrow and feed, they are doing what comes naturally in their quest for sustenance. However, for the lion, this is a slow, torturous demise, its body caught in a harrowing battle between predator and prey. As the cycle of life plays out in a visceral dance of ingestion and infection, the lion's immune system struggles in vain. Insects thrive where flesh is exposed, and where health once reigned supreme, decay now festers. This infestation serves as a stark reminder of nature's brutal indifference. While the lion sits at the top of the food chain, it is revealed to be just as vulnerable as any small rodent that might otherwise scurry to avoid predation. The lion's royal status becomes meaningless in the face of such a profound violation. It compels us to consider the relationship between animals and their ecosystems, one where the boundaries between life and death are sewn together with threads of brutality and beauty. Insects, often overlooked and underestimated,